The hype is literally off the charts as the most anticipated flashback of One Piece at God Valley is in full swing from Prime Garp, Roger, Rocks and crew, everybody, and more. So stay tuned for this most hype of chapters. Chill the parking within and smash that like button if you enjoy seeing these One Piece reviews and want to keep them coming. Make this the video you join the Nakama by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss future One Piece videos and updates. By clicking that one button, you can help us reach our insane goal of hitting 2 million subscribers on YouTube, for which I'd be eternally grateful. And now, without further ado, let's jump into it, spoilers and all. So this chapter is called Kumachi, a nickname for Kuma by Ginny, and Zoro is on the cover request for this one, which is good news for Zoro stans like me. Last chapter we left off with Kid Kuma going through horrible conditions. Like, this is more tragic than Shakespearean plays. Him and his loving parents became slaves because it got out that his dad had the blood of the Buccaneer race, a race which also happens to spread the story of Nika, someone who will come to save slaves and take them under the sun to the freedom of the seas. The drum rhythm of his heartbeat brings joy and laughter, but this idealistic story was juxtaposed to a very harsh reality. Kuma's mom died first and then his father for making noise while trying to cheer his son up about his mother's death. It was so sudden and horrific. Probably one of the most messed up moments in One Piece to date. Not like we needed more reasons not to like the Celestial Dragons, but this is up there with the biggest. Then Kuma got taken to God Valley as a sort of star of the slaves that will be hunted down because of his rare Buccaneer genes, but then ran into a young Ivankov and Ginny. And Ginny, who although shares a lot of similarities to Luffy as I mentioned last chapter, seems to be being set up as Bonnie's mom in this chapter even more so, which does make sense since Bonnie also has a lot of the same characteristics that Luffy does too. Kuma wanted to end his life at this point, but Ivankov came with a motivational speech about choosing life, and then we get into this chapter that picks up from there but gets way crazier. Into the chapter itself, and the crazy hunting event appears to be starting. Again, crazy to see how much Figureland Garling looks like Shanks in this flashback. Definitely lends credence to all the Shanks is a Celestial Dragon theories. But I'm very interested to see how his character arc will in the end either embrace or push back against that identity. We also see some new holy knights, one prince-like young guy, a girl with her eyes covered by her hat, looking very ready for the hunt, licking her lips and everything, and a guy with a gas mask, and the connotations of that one are scary. Will he be using poison gas on the slaves in the games or something? Either way, you don't want to get near a dude with a gas mask. But we really get the epicness underway where everyone else starts arriving. First, we see Garp enjoying a vacation. The visual treats are next level in this chapter, as we'll really get into in a bit, but even here, just seeing Prime Garp listening to music on a beach chair and smiling like Luffy is awesome. Then he gets interrupted by Kong. He was on vacation, has no idea what's happening on God Valley, but he goes because he heard Roger may be on the move too. So cool to see that Garp took so much note of Roger at this point. Gonna be crazy to see that much talked about moment of them fighting against rocks together. Ivankov and Kuma create a plan to escape God Valley by taking the Devil Fruit prizes from the Slave Hunt tournament and using them. Cool idea, and crazy to think that that's even an option. First Shanks takes the Sun God Nika fruit, and now this. These guys are definitely not good at not getting their Devil Fruit stolen. Kuma is even a kid at this point. He still manages, as we know, based on the future and as we'll see, to get one. It's not like with Shanks where you can at least be like, well, what are you gonna do? It's Shanks. Can't mess with that legend. Oh yeah, you want to end the Paramount War too? No problem. It's just too bad Prime Shanks wasn't there to just end the God Valley incident as well. And yes, I'm half joking, but only half. We also find out that Ginny is an expert at stealing and using Den Den Mushi, so she's the one who leaked the Celestial Dragon event's information to the pirates 2 weeks ago. That's why Rocks and Roger pirates came to God Valley. Crazy how much of a role she played in this historic event. We even see a cute cat and its paw and a scary dragon image to show the powers of the Devil Fruits, which I thought was a nice touch. We're told that among the prizes here, as discussed, are Kaido's future Devil Fruit, the Uo Uo no Mi, and Kuma's future Devil Fruit, the Nikyu Nikyu no Mi, aka the Paramecia Paw Paw Fruit. So clearly, Kid Kuma does succeed in his aforementioned plan to take at least that one. Although Ivankov, as we know, won't succeed in taking the other. At one point we even see that Kuma has an arrow on the bullseye mark drawn on his back, but the dude is just acting like it's not even there. The dude is such a boss even at this young age. He's been through a lot and it really adds to the weight of his entire character in retrospect. But back to the Rocks Pirates for now, as we'll remember, Kaido got his legendary fruit on God Valley with Big Mom's help, so we'll see exactly how that went down. Just so many legends crisscrossing at the same place, and time right here, it's everything us fans could ever wish for. So many of these panels would make for perfect colored posters to put on our walls, since they are so epic. We see a younger Kaido with no full beard, just some stubble, which definitely seems to be a popular pirate fashion thing. We see Shiki, a young Big Mom, a young Miss Buckin, aka Stussy, hanging off, and get this, Whitebeard's shoulder no less. We'll definitely get into that more later again, but yes, she looks like her clone, so the idea of Weevil being Whitebeard's true son is looking truer and truer, I've been telling you guys. It's revealed that Gloriosa, or Elder Nyon, former empress of the Kuja tribe generations before Boa Hancock, was also a Rocks pirate. It's crazy that this pirate crew can get even more star-studded, but yeah, we're adding an empress to the mix as well now. It just doesn't stop with the Rocks Pirates. We see all these old legends together, and I must say, a lot of attractive women on this crew. And yes, that includes Big Mom. Maybe we never thought we'd say that about Big Mom, but here we are anyways. As if all of this wasn't enough hype. Past revolutionaries, Garp, God's Knights, Rocks Pirates. Now we also see the Roger Pirates, and Roger has the iconic straw hat with him. Crazy how much that thing traveled when you think about it. I never thought about it that much, but man, that thing's old and seen some crazy legendary stuff, if that straw hat could talk. But yes, we get another epic panel of Roger's crew with Roger also having stubble rather than his mustache. He looks young and has the iconic straw hat on his back rather than on his head. The Dark King Rayleigh is there too, although I must say that the Rocks Pirate panel is probably my favorite of the chapter. Everyone is in charging forward for battle mode. Garling is there too, such a star-studded battlefield, it's insane. We see Prime Garp there pulling up his sleeve in characteristic fashion, showing off his guns and charging. And in the middle of all this, Kuma and Ivankov got their hands on their respective fruits. However, Big Mom arrives and quickly takes Kaido's future fruit from Ivankov. So think about it, we could have had a big-headed dragon floating around destroying cities with its wings if she was just moments late. But as we know, this makes sense since she's the reason Kaido got the devil fruit that currently in the flashback Ivankov is after. And again, crazy seeing Big Mom and even Stussy like this, and how unlike fine wine these women aged. As we might have expected, Big Mom is obviously stronger than Ivankov, so Ivankov ain't getting that fruit back to eat. However, Kuma, surprise surprise, manages to eat his pawpaw fruit just in time before Saturn himself suddenly shows up, and in the same panel where we realize he's there, he hit Kuma. Saturn is in human form but with dark flame and lightning effects around him. Kuma says, "The world is not normal. Why is someone like you born into power while I was born as a slave? If I had any power, I would use it to help people like Nika did," end quote. A beautiful sentiment from the young and idealistic Kuma who suffered so much for his age. And then Saturn, being evil to the bones, says, "That's why your kind must be erased," end quote. For him, it seems he wants the world government to rule, and these ideas of Nika and helping people only threaten that rule. That's why people like Kuma the Revolutionary's myths, history, and Luffy are so dangerous in their eyes. It seems like they want to maintain their uninterrupted and unquestioned rule. Or who knows, maybe they're even more messed up than that and just want people to suffer, but I always try to figure out the motivations of the villains in these stories. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Why are the elders like this? What is their top goal and why? Perhaps the most hype thing is that Roger and Rocks exchange words. Now we don't see Xebec's face yet, but he does speak. Roger tries to reason with him saying "stop it Rocks," while Rocks says "don't get in my way Roger." Always cool to see dudes like this talking, like they know each other well, like they have history and everything. Of course, we are not exactly sure what Roger is trying to stop specifically from these spoilers, but we know they will end up fighting, and if the stories are true, Roger and Garp will end up teaming up. But still trying to realize why Roger would seemingly team up with Garp. I find it hard to believe that he just want to keep the Celestial Dragons safe against Xebec, so looking forward to figuring out the truth. We don't see the whole God Valley incident, at least not yet, but we see the different factions arriving here, and we skip to Sorbet Kingdom, to which Kuma, Ivankov, and Ginny escape. We get some insights into their life there. Ivankov leaves, but the other two stay behind. Kuma works hard with a smile on his face cutting wood, and carrying it with Ginny on his back too. When some kids bully him, Ginny shows them what's up. A funny dynamic considering how much bigger he is than Ginny, but he's a gentle giant so people take advantage. Then Kuma even helps the kids by appearing to push out their pain with his devil fruit powers. Sure, they have some challenges, but it's a happy idyllic life at the same time, especially since they know how cruel the world can be. Kuma and Ginny are eating and crying together in happiness. Kuma says Ginny has a big appetite, and he uses a word similar to Bonnie's nickname, definitely suggesting that she is, in most likelihood, Bonnie's mom. A very nice scene to leave off on, and although it didn't last forever, it's so nice to see Kuma experiencing this window of happiness considering how hard his early life and then later life will be. And that is the end of this chapter. So great to see these legends together at the most hype incident, but hoping Oda returns there after teasing us and not that we just follow Kuma now. At least give us Xebec's face, Oda, just come on. But there's so much to love about this chapter at the same time, even small stuff from actually seeing these legends back in the day, charging with their crews, seeing Roger with no mustache, Kaido with floral pants and no full beard, thinking he's future Shanks or something. Miss Buckin has more expressive expressions compared to her clone Stussy, and she's sitting on Whitebeard's shoulders. What was I telling you guys all this time? Weevil is looking more and more like Whitebeard's actual son by the chapter at this point. He just probably needs a glow up for us to take him more seriously, but let me know if you agree with me and also think that Weevil really is Whitebeard's son. But that is it for this one. No break next week. If you enjoyed getting more info on Rocksteady, Xebec, and his crew, then you definitely don't want to miss my video on all Rocks, Pirates, and their powers explained. Link on screen right now. Like and subscribe to help us reach our insane goal of 2 million subscribers on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one.